Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kyle Riker back at you with another video review. And today we'll be taking a look at the AEW Unrivaled Series 9 Thunder Rosa. Holy smokes, very excited for this one. Like, aside from, Brian Cage and, Ricky Starks and all that, this was probably the figure I was most excited for. And this is probably one of my most anticipated women figures in the AEW series. And I couldn't be more excited to have this one, especially for how cheap I got her. I can't wait to crack her open. But anyways, first take a look at the packaging. Of course, Thunder Rosa, number 77, Series 9. Of course, picture of Thunder Rosa there. Of course, picture of Thunder Rosa on the side. Unrivaled collection. Her letter is an A for the secret message, if you're following along. Of course, AEW logo up there. And on the back is a picture of Thunder Rosa. This is from All Out, September 5th, 2020, Jacksonville, Florida. Pretty cool. And then the other figures in the series, we got Eddie Kingston, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Christian Cage, of course, Thunder Rosa, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Eddie Kingston, Brian Cage, and Ricky Starks, I already reviewed all this week. Ricky Starks was yesterday, Brian Cage was the day before that, and then Eddie Kingston was the day before that. So if you haven't seen these three reviews, check them out. Christian Cage, great figure, but like I said, I'm not that big of a Christian fan. I mean, like I said, I like him, but I'm not huge on him, so I don't know, maybe I'll get him, but we'll see. Powerhouse Hobbs, definitely, I'm going to pick him up on Amazon. Anyways, that's it for the packaging, so let's open up Thunder Rosa and see what we think. We'll be right back. Alright, so here's Thunder Rosa out of our packaging, and man, what a great figure. Fantastic. I honestly have pretty much zero complaints with her. Well, actually, there's a couple minor ones, but it doesn't really take away from the figure. I mean, this figure is still freaking incredible. Anyways, alright, first up her accessories. She comes with three pairs of hands, just like a lot of the other figures in this series. We got a pair of fists, pair of standard gripping hands, and of course her hand signs, like the rock on sign or the devil horns, whatever you want to call them. And of course she also comes with, her entrance gear. First up is this crown, which doesn't really stay on her head too well. I mean, if you just set it on there, it's fine, but if you try to move her around and everything, it falls off very easily. But detail on this is very nice, with the skulls and everything. I'm a sucker for skull designs, so this is right up my alley. This is like something that I would probably wear with my gear. Very cool. Awesome. Then she comes with this, I guess you could say vest or whatever, which it just like drapes over her shoulders, so it's not like it's not like a jacket or anything. I thought it was a jacket, but it's not. It's almost like a cape, kind of. There, just pull it off. Anyways, nice detail on the tassels and everything. Of course, there's Thunder Rosa on the back. Wait, is it supposed to be like that? I don't know. I'll have to check that. Make sure that's not, a screw up. My guess is no. Like those yellow scratches are messed up. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. Like, if my guess, it's not supposed to be like that. Hopefully it's supposed to, because if it is really scratched up like that, I'm going to be furious. And it's now into Thunder Rosa herself. And starting off with the head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt. I think it looks pretty decently like her. It's not perfect, but it's still a good head sculpt. I like the face paint. Very cool. Once again, with the hairstyle, very cool. I kind of would have preferred maybe a smiling face sculpt, or maybe that little smirk like she has on the front of the packaging, like the little smile she has on the back. Or maybe just like a blank expression like this. But I think we got expressions like that in the ringside exclusive Thunder Rosa, the Blood and Guts. That's fine. This is still a good head sculpt. Moving down, she does have, I think that's a tattoo, the little veins on her neck. And then her top, just standard black and silver with the skull, which once again, I'm a sucker for skull design, so that's very cool. Should be a little bit brighter, as you see here. I don't know why, it's just whenever companies make figures with gold on them, especially wrestling figures, they're always too dark. Like, it should be like a bright gold like this, like on the packaging, but not dark. And I'm also very afraid of this fading over time, because once again, anytime they use this gold paint on a figure, it fades away. Like I've seen it with my WWE figures, and I've seen it with a couple of my AEW figures. I know my Lucha Brothers from Unrivaled 6 are starting to fade, and the gold on my Unrivaled Series 1 Cody is starting to fade a little bit. So that sucks. And then the lightning bolts on the back. And then moving down to her trunks. Once again, it has the skull design on the front. And it says Thunder Rosa on the back with a little rose. And a really nice tattoo on her thigh. That's awesome. Great detail in that. Fantastic. Bravo, Jazzwares. Their knee pads with a little rose on one. And then the black and gold boots with one of her catchphrases in gold with the black lightning bolts. Very cool. Excellent figure. Still getting used to holding these women figures because they're so small. And they're so lightweight. So I'm still getting used to that. Anyways, great. For a few comparisons, here she is with a couple other AEW women figures I have. You know, just a couple. I'm not going to pull them all out. Hikaru Shida from Series 6, if I can get her to stand. And probably her best opponent so far in AEW, Dr. Britt Baker from Unmatched Series 1. So she stacks up pretty well. Now, articulation. Standard for the women figures. Head rotates side to side. Does have the hinge at the neck. It can go down a little bit, but can't really go up because of her long hair. Arms, 360, in and out. Bicep, double jointed elbow. Rotate at the wrist, and then the hinge at the wrist. Does have the upper torso joint, but it's kind of limited by her stomach. And it can rotate a little bit, and it can't really go forward and back either, so that stinks. Swivel at the waist, legs forward and back, in and out, rotate the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the boot, hinge at the ankle, and no ankle pivot, so that stinks. So very limited articulation in the torso, and there's no ankle pivots, that stinks. There's some poses you can't do. Oh well. So really, aside from the limited posability in her ankle and her torso, and kind of the fear of the gold paint fading away, still a very excellent figure. Not my favorite women's figure by any means, but still a really freaking great figure. Super toyetic. So quick final thoughts. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. This is a great figure. Great first attempt at Thunder Rosa. Like I said, it's not perfect. Only real issue with it is, of course, I'm curious, you know, I'm a little anxious of the gold paint on her top, her trunks, and her boots fading away. Because I've had that happen with other figures, so definitely be worried about that. And also the minor posability in the torso, and there's no ankle pivot. I wish they would put the ankle pivot on the ankles on the women figures. Like I said, it really stinks. I mean, the ankle pivot I can kind of get away with. I can kind of get past that. But the torso, like the other women figures I have, they have much better posability in the torso than this. Like, you can hardly move it on this one. So that's really stinks with some of the poses that you can do with her. So that sucks. So hopefully they can fix that down the road. But other than that, yeah. So like I said, aside from the, you know, fear of the gold paint fading away, the limited posability in her torso, still a really good figure. So I'd say if you're a Thunder Rosa fan, definitely pick her up. She is super cheap on Ringside right now. She's about $7 or $8. So I'd say if you want her, you better get her before she sells out. Because apparently this is kind of a popular figure in the collecting community. I have seen her go for a pretty penny online. So like I said, if you want her, she's on Ringside for about $7 or $8. So snatch her up. Yeah, you will not regret it. Like I said, even though the Blood and Guts one is better, this is still a really good figure to have. So definitely pick her up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my previous reviews of Eddie Kingston, Brian Cage, and Ricky Starks, and stay tuned for a review of Powerhouse Hobbs. Check out my AEW figure reviews playlist to check out all the AEW figure reviews I've done up until this point. And also stay tuned for more reviews of WWE action figures, AEW action figures, toy hunts, stop motions, and more. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care, guys.